All right, what's good, y'all? It's me, JSB, and today I want to talk about. All right, when I'm saying this, picture fruit when I'm saying this. It's not wise to be around molded individuals. It don't matter how fresh you are, if you're around molded individuals, that mold is going to spread to you and how you mold quicker. And if you are a molded individual, you need to take that seed that's within inside you in the middle and replant it. You got to help yourself. You're the only individual who can replant that seed that's inside you and become a new fruit. And what I mean by this is stop letting people who are toxic to themselves make your life toxic. Stop letting depressed people make you depressed. And this like you are depressed because this person is depressed. Stop trying to encourage people who are toxic to themselves. Encouragement can only help you so far. Encouragement can only help a person so far. But when they get to the point where like this person know that they know their problem, you can like clearly see that they know what's wrong with them. Like, damn, this person know what they doing. Like, this motherfucker know what they doing, but they just don't want to change because they got comfortable with that toxic behavior. You don't want to get comfortable with being toxic to yourself. Like, a lot of the time, these people are possessed and they fight demons and shit like that. In extreme cases, when you done had enough, you done already did what you could do already. In extreme cases, you remove this person from your life. There are things that you can do that's just as effective as removing a person from your life. Setting strong boundaries. Like, setting boundaries can help that person more than you trying to help that person. More than you trying to give encouragement, because encouragement can make you a crutch and shit like that. Like, encouragement can be a crutch. And you get stuck in that shit. You get stuck, like your world gets small. Or like the person you trying to encourage, that person's world gets small because they now only got that to focus on and shit like that. If you don't want that motherfucker around and you make that motherfucker feel like, man, you're not gonna keep coming around me and behaving in this toxic manner, this toxic behavior that you participating in is fucking up the relationship between me and you. And that's a good boundary to set. Whatever is good for you in your life, you know what I'm saying? If you got a person like that in your life, stop trying to help people who don't want to help themselves because they're going to bring you down with them. Literally. Now you feel down because this person is down. Like, you feel bad because this person's life is bad and shit like that. Like, you taking on shit or you taking on responsibilities that you don't got to take on because this person don't want to help themselves. So now you finna manifest some shit in your life because you in a certain mental space because of them. Like I said, a strong boundary is, it don't become strong until you make it strong, but a good boundary is make that person feel like you don't, like, stop coming around, stop giving words of encouragement. Make that person feel like you don't want that in your life. As long as you keep participating in that behavior in that manner, I don't want to be around that. Like, we all got people in our life. Some of these people will be people that we love in our life, so we just don't want to cut them out and shit like that. But I'm telling you, like, if that motherfucker ain't worth all that work, get that motherfucker out your life. If you a fruit and you fresh and you next to a molded ass, y'all know how mold look. I know how them molded fruits look and shit like that. They ain't taking care of themselves and shit like that. They ain't transforming. They ain't replanting their seed too often, so they just stay in the same thing, molding. Like, this ain't even good no more, and you just staying stubborn, molding, and rotten. And if you get around this molded and rotten apple or fruit, you start to get molded and shit like that. That mold starts to spread to you faster. That ain't even your shit. So you start to feel bad for them. You start to take on shit that you don't even need to be taking on. If you already done did what you got to do, you just got to back off and hope for the best. But I'm saying what can help is setting that strong boundary. It's way more that you can do other than what I just said, shit like that. You can go through your life and see what works best for you and shit like that. There's way more boundaries you can set to help that person out. If you don't want to fully, entirely exclude that person from your life. The more you let it get to where it don't need to be, the more toxic it can be for the both of y'all. Just stop putting your energy into that person, because you can become a crutch to that person. It's like your advice, your energy can just become a crutch to that person. They know what they gotta do. They just trying to see if somebody care or not. They just looking to see if somebody care enough to help. You can clearly see that they know what they're going through, but they just don't want to help themselves. Now, if they keep getting justified and shit like that, if they don't care about themselves, they don't care about you. Like, if they don't care about themselves, they don't care about nobody else in their surroundings or environment. So they're gonna be a parasite to their surroundings. And if you around this motherfucker, that vortex they in, or whatever the fuck space they in, they gonna create situations for you to get in a fucked up situation, or they gonna create situations for you to be fucked up. Say if like you got a basket full of apples, and you get this molded ass apple, and you throw that molded ass apple in that basket full of apples, that mold is gonna eventually start to spread. So these motherfuckers is strong. Negative shit is stronger than positivity. Like a high vibrational situation can happen like this, and you like, damn, what the fuck? And these be people who don't know what they want to do with their life. You can know what you need to do, but you just don't know what you want to do with your life in general. If you don't know what you want to do, you ain't gonna do what you need to do, because you don't even know if this is what you want to do in the first place. You know you need to get a job to be able to fuel this creative attribute but you don't even know that you want to do this creative attribute. So you ain't gonna want to go through this process. I mean to say creative ability and shit like that, creative ability. And if you do know what you want to do, but that road seem a little bit scary, this can cause stagnation and shit like that. If you too scared to go for what you want to do, this can cause stagnation and procrastination and shit like that. That's all your fault. Ain't nobody else's fault. Like, it ain't nobody else's fault to try to get you the fuck out of the fucked up space that you in. You can't go around blaming if you turn a certain age, you can't go around blaming nobody for what the fuck you going through. And it's all based upon what you got on your mind. You manifesting what you got on your mind. That's why it's important to be mindful of what you got on your mind, because you get to manifesting shit. And then you be like, damn, why I manifest this? Well, look how you thinking. And it's a whole bunch of scenarios. Like, if you went through a traumatic experience and you don't want to do what you need to do because this traumatic experience made you not want to do this no more. It's a whole lot of shit. It's a whole lot of scenarios that can play out. Like, it's a whole lot of shit that can play out that make you not want to do what you need to do or want to do. But you got to be the one who have a strong enough mindset to propel yourself from that space. So that's why a lot of individuals be homeless and shit like that, because they've been through traumatic shit and they don't even really give a fuck no more. Like, or somebody done died in their family, then they don't want to go back to that space and location, or they don't want to go back to that space because they don't want to be reminded of what the fuck happened to them. A lot of shit can play out like that. And to get out of those spaces, that's shit easier said than done. A lot of motherfuckers don't even be going through shit, and it'd be hard to get out of those spaces. Imagine you went through some real shit. But yeah, like, I hope for the best. Like, I hope for the best. If you went through a bunch of traumatic experience or one traumatic experience that like keeping you stagnant, I wish the best for you. You know what I'm saying? I wish that you can find a way out of that hole. But it's been me, JSB, and thanks for watching my video. Stop helping people who are toxic to themselves, because it's gonna hurt you. They leaning on you and shit like that. You start to get molded and shit like they leaning all up on you. You like, then your shit start to get molded. Mold come all around here and shit like that. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, hell no, watch out, man. Like, I don't want you around me with all that mold on you. You better go replant your seed first before you, what's wrong with you? I don't care who you is. Like that. And in those beginning stages, them individuals probably can benefit from some words of encouragement. But if they clearly molded, well, I'm just saying the same shit, but I'm being redundant. But it's been me, JSB, and thank you for watching the video, and I'm out.